take a look. Okay, that's going on. I'm partially invisible. Is there a reason for that? Is it just because of the shirt? Maybe I'll switch out my shirt later on, but let's take a look. Okay. Step number 1 done. Now on to... Alrighty. Alrighty. Got that all set up. No fun doing work. Justin, how's it going? How's it hanging? Doing work. Yep. I got relieved of some work, so I am free now. And instead of going out there and doing other work, I want to stay at home and do some work. So I am showing off something I've been working on in regards of a TTRPG, and I need to show off how to not make myself so frizzly and invisible. What's going on with that? Just the I even my headphones are going invisible for some reason. Wonder why. Not very good at this whole streaming thing. Hi Benabit, Luke, how's it hanging? Hey, howdy, hey. So yeah, I wanted to. I'm gonna be showing off a little bit here of my TTRPG that I've been working on. Codename title Make Believe. Do I have overprint preview on? Let me. Is there a way to? Here we go. I'm gonna adjust. Can I go to 85% here? No. What? 75. Okay, I want to go. I want to go to I want to go 65% then. So table of contents non-existent because I got to get all the pages in store. But ultimately, my idea behind this TTRPG is that you roll up your characters and you explore a make-believe land, and that's pretty much the core concept of all TTRPGs, isn't it? But so far, I've got some. I'm currently right now. I just started working on it yesterday. In regards of I've been doing a writing for months and months, but just now I'm starting putting in PDF because I've been writing quite a lot for it. So I've got creating characters here. And don't tell me this thing crashed on me. Don't tell me that. Could my computer not handle what the heck is going on here? That might very well be the case. I'm looking around. I'm seeing everything else besides InDesign is working just fine here. So maybe InDesign has given up the ghost. Unfortunate. Anything else working? Microsoft Word is working. YouTube is working. InDesign, you have failed me for the last time. I think I gotta just close it on down. And start it back up. Oh, but besides all of that, what the heck is going on in y'all's life? What's going on in your guys' gaming? Because unfortunately, I have not been able to game as much because I have been so freaking busy with all sorts of other nonsense. I haven't been able to run games for you all. I'm terribly disappointed in that, but I want to run some games. Man, I'm looking at my task manager right now, and I'm getting throttled. What the heck is going on? Gosh darn. Alrighty. I think I'm coming back. I think. D&D question. So how do I make combat more interesting for Theater of the Mind? Because you don't have the maps for visual because I just say the enemy is X feet away from you. So I personally prefer Theater of the Mind. And the reason I prefer Theater of the Mind is because when you have a map, you unfortunately get a lot of time stuck into the player battle map mentality. The player battle map mentality is, oh, whatever I see is what exists, and nothing outside of that is exists, right? So, for me, what I like to do is I really want to both paint the scene in regards of, oh, hey, you're in the tavern, there's all these tables, there's all these chairs, and there's a couple people that are close to you, a couple people that are far away from you. Someone that's far away from you on the second floor throws a bottle at you, right? You don't need to work with exact measurements of X feet away because, quite frankly, D&D, D&D has the thing of, oh, hey, my thing has a range of 30 feet. My thing's got a range of 60 feet. More often than not, if you're in a confined area, that's irrelevant. What is relevant is if you're outside and, it's like, oh, hey, apparently we're getting into a fight and, it's over land and I guess now we got to be like, oh, hey, you are 150 feet away from them if you want to be precise. But it's a lot more fun to not be precise. It's a lot more fun to just say, just one, paint the scene, and two, encourage your players to ask questions. Like, for example, being is if my players are fighting in a tavern and they ask, hey, is there a chandelier anywhere? Then absolutely there is always a chandelier. Because I know one of my players is going to try and drop it onto the enemy, or maybe one of the enemies is going to try to drop it on them, whatever. Make half of it is you making the area come to life, but the other half of it is your players having creativity. Because I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter if you're doing Theater of the Mind or a battle map. If your players lack creativity to work outside of what's on their character sheet, then it's going to be boring no matter what. Let's be real here. So, encourage your players and reward your players. When your players ask those questions of, oh, hey, we're fighting in this alley. Is there a trash can I can, try and jump over them? Oh, hey, we're fighting in this cave area. Is there any, loose rock or something for the spell that I'm about to use? And you want to say yes as much as possible to reward them for that creativity and keep that forward. And also very much so once again, just eschew the whole X feet away thing. Like, say, hey, they're close. You can reach them in melee this turn. Oh, you can't reach them in melee this turn. Oh, maybe you can reach them if you hop over this thing with a check. Oh, hey, maybe you can reach them if you dash, whatever the case may be. Just reward that creativity and keep the game moving forward. The map is not there to facilitate, a fun experience. The game is there to facilitate a mechanical experience. Right? And so, I'd say that. Just reward that creativity, push them to be creative, and you'll have a great time. Alrighty. Alrighty, so for my TTRPG that I'm creating, I'm going to go through the character creation process right now. That's what I'm working on right now for this thing. But character creation is relatively simple. There are this total of, 11 things to go through. You roll for stats. You roll 3d6 for each of your stats. There's only 4 core stats to your character, but then each class has its own 2 unique stats. And the reason I did that is as follows. 1, I do not like Constitution as an ability score. I think it's lame. And 2, I think Intelligence is a terrible ability score as well, and thus I'm removing that. So the 4 ability scores in place are as follows. You have Strength, Finesse, Charm, and Will. Strength, of course, is Strength. Finesse is, of course, Dex. Charm is Charisma. And Will is Wisdom/Intelligence, to a certain extent. But then thereafter, each class has its own 2 unique stats, and those play into certain abilities that you do for your class. Next up, you track alignment. Alignment is a big deal in this system of make-believe, because you will have abilities and spells and features, and there will be a whole bunch of game mechanics that are tied to your alignment. If you are a wicked character and you cast a spell, it'll affect a certain way. If you are a good character, it'll affect a certain way. And throughout the character creation process, your alignment will shift. Step number 3, choose origin. Origin is your species, your race, whatever you want to call it. Background is your upbringing. Were you a noble, a farmer, a charlatan, whatever the case may be. Step 5, choose class. Classes, of course, unique stuff. You could be a knight, a witch, a lamplighter. I've got a whole bunch of classes here. Number 6, choose fate. Fate is your character's destiny. It's a way to indicate where you're going with the character. Number 7, determine alignment. Once you've chosen all those things, then your alignment will be solidified. But that is, of course, only your starting alignment, because your alignment will shift throughout the course of the campaign. Number 8, roll for moon sign. Your character has a birthday, and that birthday will determine another sweet little special ability that you have. Then you roll for equipment, and then you choose a true name, because your character has their everyday regular name, but you have a true name, and to possess a true name means you possess true power, but those that know your true name possess power over you. And that'll implement into some fun game mechanics there. And then lastly, you finalize the character. Alrighty. So I've got a little example character rolled up here. Ilara Moonshade Adventure. I rolled for her stats all about. She got a 10 strength, 14 finesse, 12 charm, 8 will, and then she rolled a 13 and 11. For a witch, your 2 additional stats are hex and herbs. You start off with a 0 in your alignment, and then she chose an origin. She got a +1 to will, and her will goes from 8 to 9. She chose a background, and hers was Acolyte, which I see is a typo in it. So this is fantastic for me to go through. That also gives you a +1 will. So her will is now up to 10. She chooses a class of Witch. She chooses the fate of the Trickster. Her alignment is now a total of -3, meaning that her alignment is dark. She's a dark witch. I rolled up her moon sign, and it rolls up as the Eclipse. Then get her equipment. Her true name is Lunaris Vaetha, and that is only known to her closest allies. And then rolling up her character, she gets a whole bunch of fun swag there. There's a whole bunch of empty space on this PDF, I know. I'm going to be adding art and flushing out a few things here and there and everywhere, but this is just what I'm working with so far. So now on to ability scores. I want all the stats to matter. I want the stats to matter for a number of reasons, because I want there to not be the dump stat. I want stats to truly matter. So, looking at ability scores, first off, I actually need to do something here. It's been bugging me. For all the headers, I have something written down, like creating characters, making characters to explore, character creation, and that character's name. But, and then further down, alignment, I've got a little something written down there. I need to add something for ability scores. So let me add that right meow. Let's see, go down to 20. And the fill will be black. Ability scores, nope. Oh, crap, I just messed that up, didn't I? Oh no, adios mío, no. Okay, go back down to 20. No, not 220. 200's a little bit too high. Just a teensy bit. Crap. I didn't make this thing big enough. The gap in there is a little bit too big. What the heck? I'll fix that momentarily. Your characteristics reflect your powers and weaknesses. Okay, I need to bump this up. How do I do that? Go up to here? Nope, definitely not that. VA. Nope. Baseline shift? Yes, there we go. Your characteristics reflect your powers and weaknesses. Boom. Alrighty, so currently what I have is as follows. Boom. I have strength, giving you a +2 melee attacks, opening doors, and carry capacity. Charm gives you reaction modifier, number of retainers, and turn undead bonus. Your will gives you magic save bonus, and I'm going to add a few other things. I just totally blanked on them. And your finesse gives you an AC bonus, missile bonus, and stealth bonus. So now I've got a question. What does will give you besides a magic save bonus? Man, what the frick does will give you? Because I've got will as representing mental fortitude, resistance to magic, and spiritual resilience. Man, what the frick do I make will in this system? Because it can't just be just magic save bonus. It's got to be more. It's got to be something more. What if I'm trying to think of all like the gameplay mechanics I have in regards of this game so far. I'm trying to think what Will would reflect off of that. But I just don't think there's much going on here. I'll have to get back to that. I need to leave a note of that. Alrighty, so I've got alignment here. Alignment's a big deal because you are anywhere between pure, virtuous, balanced, dark, and wicked, and that gives you some fun alterations to your character. And now on to origins. Hey, looking to listen to some D&D podcasts? Any recommendations? I'm running out. So my number one is Dice Camera Action. Dice Camera Action for me was one of the greatest examples of a D&D game I would truly love to play in. Because the unfortunate truth of the matter is I think a lot of... Well, first off, I think Chris Perkins is one of the greatest DMs ever made of all time ever. And I think his game is just absolutely fantastic. I think D&D, like specifically, if you want to be in a very story-driven game, then I think 4 players is like an absolute peak great number. 4 players and 1 DM. And overall, their character arcs and story arcs throughout the course of that campaign was absolutely fantastic. And I'm so sad that it didn't get to conclude. And mind you, it didn't get to conclude because one of the players was canceled by his like terrible ex-wife, and it turns out she was lying. It turns out it was all made up, and there's allegations put against him, and they're all proven false. And the guy's still, he's still in public. He's making games today or making videos today, but D&D Wizards of the Coast decided to drop the game because they didn't want to go near a guy that was canceled. How long are the episodes? Usually 2 hours. That's another great thing I like about it as well is each of the episodes are 2 hours, and I want to say they got to 140 some odd episodes. Let me double check that. YouTube Dice Camera Action. Dice Camera Action. They did... a lot. But yeah, they got to 141 episodes. I'll go ahead and link the playlist here. They got to 141 episodes, and then unfortunately, the player's ex-wife ruined his career and this and that, yada yada. Highly recommend it. 2 hours long each episode. Just great stuff. Enjoyable cast of characters. The characters actually grow throughout the course of the campaign. They do new fun things all the time. It's great. How are you liking Daggerheart? Professor Ponicus, I do not like Daggerheart. There, I said it. I know it's terrible for me to say because Critical Role is, God's gift to Earth. But the truth of the matter is I do not like Daggerheart because specifically, the combat is trying to be freeform, but freeform doesn't work with the majority of players. The unfortunate truth of the matter is just imagine playing a game of D&D where there is no turns, where you simply show up to the table and once combat ensues, it's literally a free-for-all in regards of who says what, they get to do it right then and there. I understand that there's a whole bunch of theater kids who would love that. And there's a whole bunch of theater kids who would, play it fairly and fun and enjoyably in that freeform style. But unfortunately, that's not the case for a lot of people. A lot of people need structure, they need balance, they need rules, and that's the reason why there's a whole bunch of TTRPGs that have rules. There are very few TTRPGs that don't have rules in that sense, right? So unfortunately, I think Daggerheart is not going to. I'll tell you what. I think it's going to sell well because Critical Role is pushing it. But in regards of it being played, I don't know. I certainly have no intention of doing much with it. Simple as that. Sick. I've been listening to Flip of Fate. I've been looking through Instagram clips to find ones I like, and they usually stick to our episodes, so I'll have to check them out. Heck yeah. Yeah, I will say, I think, that's another reason why I don't want to get into Critical Role, is because, you sit there and be like, okay, it's 4 hours long, and there's 130 episodes. And then you do the math on that, and you're like, oh my gosh, that is a lifetime. Even 4 hours once a week is still like a tremendous ordeal. If you if you did like maybe 1 hour like every 2 days or whatever, it's still a lot, right? It's a lot. And speaking of a lot, here I'm looking at my character origins for Make Believe here. So ultimately, I decided the following. When it comes to these origins, which are essentially races, I didn't want them to be absolutely grandiose in their choice of matter. I didn't want them to be absolutely super duper majorly character defining, but they are impactful. What all of them do is the following. All of them give you a +1 to a stat. All of them give you a trait, and that trait is a unique ability tied just to you. And then all of them give you a potential alignment change, and then some of them give you a health bonus in the beginning of the game. So looking at human gives you a +1 to any core stat. They get a trait of once per week. They get to reroll any failed roll. They get no alignment adjustment, and they get a +1 to max HP. And then looking at, I think one of my favorites, the Foxfolk, you get a +1 to charm. You gain upper hand, which upper hand is essentially advantage. You get advantage on checks related to deception and trickery. It gives you a -1 to alignment, and boom, it's done. Like, that's your origin, right? Not trying to overcomplicate the system here. Just wanting to make it nice and adjustable. Now, something I totally messed up in regards of making this list here is I didn't put them in alphabetical order. And to my knowledge, there's no way to alphabetically store these or restore these because of how the script works. The script works not in like chunks, it works by like the headers. And I don't know if there's any quick way for me to adjust this whole list here. I'm probably just going to have to go in here and manually do it. Make everything go alphabetical order here. Which I might as well do right now while I'm talking to all of you. I knew your favorite was furries. Listen here. I got plenty that are not furries, like the Egg Child. Like, the Egg Child is kind of like a Humpty Dumpty-like thing. I like the Egg Child. Alrighty, so might as well just start going and alphabetizing this. How the frick do I alphabetize this? Let's start from the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. Can Faychild be fairy? So here's my logic with this system's world is the following. That you have the core ones. You've got human, elf, dwarf, and gnome. Like, those are like the core quintessential, like, oh hey, those are fantasy like things, or fit into the world. Everything else thereafter is the following. If you are a folk, meaning that you got folk in your name, then you are an animal kin. If you have child in your name, you are human-like. Child are human-like people touched by something magical. And kin are human-like people touched by the elements. So, for example, being is a stone kin is like a human, however, they've been touched by the element of stone. But a lost child is you've been touched by something magical. You've been touched by, and it's obviously, now that I'm saying it out loud, I probably need to change that wording there because that sounds absolutely terrible. but you've been sorcelled by some magics. Like there's lost child, fey child, star child, shadow child. Going down here, snow child, straw child, mirror child, things like that. So now that I'm saying it out loud, it's very good that I'm saying this out loud. Child are human-like people. I need to come up with a synonym for touched here because it's not gonna fly if I have touched and child in the same sentence. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Touched synonym. Really strange. So I look up touched synonym, and a lot of them are dealing with mad, insane, unbalanced, unhinged, deranged, demented, crazed, out of one's mind. That is very strange. That's specifically for that's for the adjective. That's what it was. I'm probably going to put ensorcelled. I think that's... I'll probably put ensorcelled. Either ensorcelled or tapped or... Sorcelled. Yeah, I'm gonna put ensorcelled. I think that's probably the cleanest word there that that isn't gonna get me in trouble. Alrighty. But can Fade Child be fairy? I originally it was going with the idea of you can't be a straight up fairy because that is reserved for dealing with the world. Like the only fairies that you would interact with would not be PCs. They would be, fairies and that cause mischief and whatnot. But obviously, I'm not married to that just yet. Alrighty, so I'm going to have to go through the terribly arduous process here of going one by one here. So let's figure out what is alphabetically correct here. Starting off with the A's, there is definitely no A's anywhere. I don't see any B's either. B... Okay, so now we're on a C, and I already saw a C is going to be a pain because there's several C's floating around here. We have coral, cat. Cat's probably going to be first. Clay. Okay, so Catfolk is up first. Catfolk, you've been promoted. Boop. Cat, and then so clay. And then coral. Coral. That kills people, coral. Alrighty. The C, which looks like D is gonna be next. Yep, D's up next, and dog or dwarf. Dog is up first. Dog, dwarf. What next? What next? D, A, B, C, D, E. We're looking for the E's. So we got elf. I know there's another E floating around here. I know there is. I saw it. Ember. ELLM. So elf will be first. Elf, you're up. Oh, egg. Egg. EFGHIJKL. So egg is up first. I need to be careful to get rid of that. And then we got elf. And then egg, elf, ember. Crapola. Wait, why would it be longer? How would it be longer if I'm copying and pasting this whole time? It doesn't make any sense. Should all be there, yeah. I was about to say. Ember goes here. MEF. We've got Faye, Frog, and Fox. So Faye child is up. I keep forgetting to delete them afterward. Fox folk. Frog. There you are, frog. Any other F's? Now we're on to G's. We got gnome, goose, goat, all sorts of fun things. I guess goat's up first. No, HIJKLMNO. Oh, that'd be gnome then. Gnome, goat, and then goose. Their goose is about to get cooked. EFG H. I'm finally on the H's. Do I finally have to move human? Is there any other H's? No, finally, human gets to stay where it is. Perfect. Alrighty. Any other bad spaces around here? Doesn't look like it. Man, I don't want there to be a whole spillover of the wolf folk for literally just one word. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I either want to move all of Wolffolk over or pull this up one. There's got to be a way to do that. There's got to be. I'm gonna have to cut like one word somewhere, just to not let this spillover happen. I don't want people to have to flip a whole page just to read one word. Is this at the top? It was. Shit. Yeah, something's got to change on this page in particular. Ooh, something's got to give. Let's. I think human looks fine. I think Goosefolk. It's either gonna be Goosefolk or gnome that gets something changed to him. Let us. They're small but mighty in intellect and creativity. Something's got to get cut. Something. I'm gonna keep it like that for now. Maybe change it back. Alrighty. Oh, what am I saying? Wolfpack's not even gonna, or Wolffolk's not even gonna be there in the end. Crap. In fact, Wolffolk is gonna be the last thing on the list. So, waste a bunch of time with it. Alrighty. I'll worry about the next thing. Alrighty. So, H human. So HIJ KL. We're on Lost Child. Boom. M. We got mouse, mirror. Okay, mirror is up. Dang it! What did I just press? Oh, perfect. I didn't have to move Mousefolk. LM. Mushroom. Mushroom man, take me by the hand, take me to the land. Mushroom man. Alrighty, LM. N. O. P. P, pigfolk. I don't have to move pigfolk. Q. Also, chat, can you guys think of any Q word that the next letter of Q is not U? Like every Q word I can think of off the top of my head, it's always Q and then U. Like every single time. Element OPQR, so we're on to rootkin. QRS. Stone. Oh my god. I got all the S names. Goodness. Silk will be first. Um, no. Shadow will be first. Shadow before HI. Quirk, or is it Quirk? It's Quirk. Yeah, so it's a QU word. Like, off the top of my head, like every Q word I can think of is QU. Yeah, it's definitely Quirk. QUIRK. Okay, Shadow, Silk, and then okay, ST. All right, so now we're on to the S. No, it'll be on to and yeah, so Snow Child. Okay, so we're on to ST, so that'll be STA, STO, and then STR. Perfect. The end one's lined up perfectly. Alrighty, actually, I am curious about this. Let's take a look here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I've only got 20. Oh, that irks me. Okay, so with 29, I need to have one more. There's no way I can have 29 origins. Like, that's just not happening. There needs to be 30. I just need to bump it up to one more. So, chat, help me out with this one. We are looking for mythical make-believe characters here. We've got the following: Catfolk, Claychild, Coralkin, Dogfolk, Dwarf, Eggchild, Elf, Emberchild, Faechild, Foxfolk, Frogfolk, Gnome, Goatfolk, Goosefolk, Human, Lost Child, Wolffolk. Also, I need to back this up one. Mirrorchild, Mousefolk, Mushroomkin, Pigfolk, Rootkin, Shadowchild, Silkchild, Snowchild, Starchild, Stonekin, Strawchild, and Windkin. I need one more. There is no way I can have this be 29. It needs to be an even 30. Which works well because if you want to roll to see which one you are, then you can roll a d30, which is replicated, of course, by rolling a d6 and a d10. Dragon. I don't hate it. Dragonkin. It will be the. No. They won't be. No, Dragonkin would be insulting to dragons. So I think it'll be either they'll be dragon. Yeah, they'll be Dragon Child. That's what they'll be. No, or Dragonkin. No. Kin are elements, so it'll be a Dragon Child. There we go. Alrighty, we're doing it live right here. You can see the creation process. Dragon Child. So let's do core ability bonus. Trait, alignment, and lore. Alrighty, so first off, let's make that. Boom. And boom. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Alrighty. What core ability bonus does a Dragon Child get? So far, every single one of them only gives you 1-1. The only, and it's always guaranteed, oh, hey, it's going to be this one, it's always going to be that one. Except for the human gets 1 to any core stat. I'm thinking the Dragon Child might be a little bit special. I think I might give them either I'll let them choose +1 to strength or charm. Player's choice. And I gotta spell player right. Next up is trait. I think I'm going to give them a fire-breathing trait, because that sounds cool. I think they deserve a fire-breathing trait. So their trait is going to be Dragon's Breath. Let's go once a week. May breathe fire for 3d6 damage. I'll elaborate on it later, but I just want to get the core down now. Now, what I think is, I think dragons should be very temperamental in regards of all this. Throughout all of these things here, they get either a +0 to alignment, a +1, or a +2 to alignment, and typically that alignment is fixed, like it's either a +1 here or a +1 there. So like a catfolk is a guaranteed -1 to alignment, which puts you on the side of bad. But then if you look at, like, let's say, looking at here, dogfolk are give a +2 to alignment, meaning that they're good, because dogs are good boys. And also, I think I need to... Nope. Apparently that is... There we go. But I think dragons should be a bit more temperamental. I think they might get a +2 or +3 to whatever they desire. Because I think dragons work in extremes. And also, what the heck did I just press? And also, I think they should get a health increase as well. I think they deserve it. I think dragons are cool enough to get that, which goes right above their lore. And now to write some lore. What is the lore of Dragon Childs in this system? Let's go born. Oh, crap. I gotta put it back to normal. Regular. Born of ancient secrets of the forgotten dragons. Children of the dragon still bear forefathers' might, as well as their temperament. Is it temperament or temperament? How the heck do you type temperament? Temperament. 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 Got it. Perfect. Alrighty. Now I've got an even 30. I think an even 30 works great because it allows a wide variety. You don't end up picking the same ones every damn time. and you get to roll a d30 if you so desire for a random effect or for a random character here. There was one thing I was going to change though. I was looking through because I think there was some overlap in regards of some of the bonuses. I think what was it? Cat, corn, egg, elf. Oh, it was the Foxfolk. That's what I was thinking of. So the Foxfolk gains upper hand on checks related to deception and trickery, but then the Fey Child, EF, they gain upper hand on deception and persuasion rolls. I need to change the Fey Childs up because I think that comes up way too much. What does the Fey Child get instead of upper hand on deception and persuasion rolls? Because I want the deceit to be tied to the fox. On performance and gain the upper hand on performance and something else. What the heck do I give them? And I need to look up what are Fae truly known for, right? I'm gonna say on performance, and I'm gonna say gotta be deception or arcana. But so here's the thing: is in this system, the system doesn't have skill checks like 5e. This system is not 5e first and foremost. I'd say this system is probably it's going to be an in between of 5e and OSE, like first edition D&D. So it doesn't have skills as in like, oh hey, I've got athletics, arcana, deception, persuasion rolls. It doesn't have things like that. I was gonna go along the lines of disguise. Somewhere around there. And then there was another one I need to look at as well. I definitely remember. I think I've got the Mousefolk and the Strawkin 2 tied together. Because for the Mousefolk, I have the following. Also, I think I need to bump human off this page. I think that's what I'm going to do. Which means that I kind of want to... I'll bump Mousefolk down here then. So for the Mousefolk, I have Their trait is they can move through spaces others cannot and avoid opportunity attacks. But then for the Straw Child, I have can slip through small spaces or gaps. They are different. They are different. Like the Straw Child can fit into places the Mouse Folk couldn't, and ultimately, the Mouse Folk get something different. So I guess they're fine. I guess they're fine. Alrighty. So, here is my list of 30. I've got 30 origins for Make Believe so far, and I'm pretty happy with the list. It provides a healthy variety of things therein. I think it's just a solid go-to. I'm going to expand upon it more in future DLC, but I want to get the base core of the game out first, and then I'll worry about that. I just want to go over one last time here. Is there anything I think that's got too much overlap? Or anything that's too similar to another? One thing I really like is one thing I really want to incorporate into this system, something that 5e lacks, is team cooperation. I want there to be systems in place where you are rewarded for being part of a team. I don't want every single ability to be I's and me's. I want there to be the us's and we's, because I feel like TTRPGs are supposed to be played as a team. It needs to be a team-based game. What up? How's it going, Overboard? How's it going? And so one of my philosophies there is I need to have things that aren't just, oh, I've got something special, I got something special, which obviously these features do. Like the majority of them, these features are, oh, hey, I can do this. But not all of them are. Some of them are team coherent. One of them being the Dogfolk. Allies gain a bonus +1 to rolls for 1 turn per day. So just like right there, like you got a Dogfolk on the team. He's a homie. Like the dog, he is a loyal companion. He's the go-to individual. He's helping out the team. So great. Dwarf, egg child, elf child, fade child. Team play sounds good. Yeah, ultimately that's what I want in a game. Is I want you when you're playing to not think about I's and me's with every single action and feature that you have. I don't want it to be, oh, hey, I do this, I pump out this damage, I do, my character. Like, I want there to be a lot of, oh, hey, I help you out. We get this bonus. He's my dog, but not the goat. The goat I'm looking here is they ignore movement penalties from difficult terrain. I think that's pretty fitting. And because goats are naturally a little bit wicked, they get a -1 to alignment there. Okay, I think that page looks good, and then oh yeah, that's another one. Is Wolffolk is gain a bonus +1 to attack rolls when working with an ally. Like right there. So both the dog and Wolffolk have something going on where it's like, oh hey, like it's you're working as a team here. The Mirror Child, I like that. Mouse Folk, just address that. Mushroom, Pig. So I haven't gotten this to the table yet. I'm still working on the system, but I have enough of the system where I am going to start getting it to the table. I'm going to start playtesting this. One thing I do not know about is currently the Rootkin. So the Rootkin has the following. Regain 1 HP per level at the start of a turn if below half health, limit once per day. So let's say you got 20 HP, you're down to 10, then once a day, then that day, then all of a sudden, boom, you're level 5. You get 5 HP. Now, that is entirely dependent on your class because the origins are irrelevant to your class. If you are a low HP class, like a D4 HP class, then that's it's gonna be big, right? Like, but actually, no, it might not be, and because I'm trying to do the math on this. So if you're let's say a D4 HP class, right, and at level 5, you would have 2.5 times 5, which is 12 HP. So if you went down to 6 HP, then yeah, I mean that'd be like next to a full heal. But if you're a D8 class, then once again at 4.5 times 5, you are at 20 some odd, and then you go down to 10, you go 5. So I don't know about the rootkin. I may have to adjust that. But we'll see. Alrighty. So that is my origins. I think this is a good list so far. 30 in total. They run a wide range of gambit in regards of what core ability bonuses they provide, what traits they give you, what alignments they give you, potential HP increases. Good times all around. Now on to backgrounds. Another thing that I totally messed up in regards of not putting it in alphabetical order. I screwed up immensely with this. So I'm going to have to sit here and go through it manually to get it back to good old-fashioned, what do you call it, order? Alphabetical order. Alrighty. And I know there's a lot of these. My God, is there a lot of these. And also, there's some that I'm going to ultimately cut because I did different styles. And I'm going to ultimately see, like, through playtesting, like, oh, what style is going to reflect best on the system. Like, I can already tell I'm getting rid of B-Tamer. I'm just looking at B-Tamer and I can already tell I don't like it. Is Alchemist up first? We got a couple of A's. We got Apprentice, Witch Wizard, and Alchemist. Any other A's? We got an Artisan, an Acolyte. I believe Acolyte is probably going to be first on our list here. Looks like it. No, not Alchemist. Acolyte. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna save the backgrounds for now because I think I'm gonna be changing them up so much. I'm probably just gonna later on copy and paste a whole bunch more in here anyway. So I'm just gonna leave them up for now. I'm not too perturbed. Screw this. Let's move off of that area. But ultimately, the idea behind backgrounds is as follows. While your origin is your species, your background is the character that you were before you became an adventurer. Were you the court fool? Were you a puppeteer? Were you a gardener, a farmer, an inventor, a thief, a scholar, blacksmith, whatever, right? And those are going to work exactly the same as origins. They're going to give you a +1 to a stat. They're going to give you a unique feature and potential health bonus, potential alignment adjustment, etc., etc. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on that for now because I'll finagle around with what exactly I'm looking for in regards of that whole thing. Alrighty, so now that I've got that, what's next on the docket here? I gotta choose class. The class is gonna be later on, so now I gotta write up the Fates. Alrighty, now on to Fate. And you get to see it firsthand, the whole creation process therein. Alrighty, character style, paragraph styles. Let's go. Make believe head. No. Page header. And this is Fate. Your destiny helps guide your path on the journey. Alrighty, now on to make that way too big. And now I get to show off all the writing I've done. And when I copy and paste this, also I cannot put life in me. There we go. Alrighty. Fate. Where did you go, Fate? Choose your character. Alrighty. Now watch in terror as I copy paste this and destroy this thing. Okay. Boom. Alrighty, this is gonna be several pages. Methinks. First off, let me line this up. And get a cracking. Boop, boop. Oh, lordy, this is going to be a few pages. Oh, lordy. Also, my music stopped. What's going on? Did I click on that? There we go. Oh, Lord, it's going to be a lot of pages. Actually, I checked, and I think that my player's handbook for this system is probably going to be anywhere between 60 to 100 pages, somewhere around there. It's a pretty big window, I know, but I haven't written it all out fully yet, so I don't know, but I think it's going to be around there. Of course, it makes me friggin' go over just this much. Alrighty. I would hate to be writing an RPG in today's day and age, having to conform to the terminology of culture you don't agree with. I understand that writers want to not only create but also sell. I mean, you don't have to, right? Like that's kind of been the whole thing about today's system is like, obviously you can say, oh, hey, I want to pander to the most amount of people and thus make it as safe as possible and make the most bland product possible and sell the most. Like, that's just the nature of it. But thankfully, in today's day and age, every single thing can succeed. Everything. Like, let me take a look at Kickstarter here, because there has been some banging Kickstarters for things that you wouldn't think would normally work. And when I say banging, I don't mean like, gangbusters. They're making millions of dollars, but there are definitely TTRPG systems out there and in modules and adventures and whatever else. They're being made, and you wouldn't think that it'd succeed in the market, but they do. They do make bank. Like, let me see if I can find one here. Actually, I think I found one just now. Hold on. Yeah, I just found it right here. So Acts 2. So Adventure Conqueror King is very much so a system that I don't think would like have succeeded as well as it did. It is a system that has a lot of crunch in it. It is a system that paints a kind of bleak world. It's a system that is very much so. It's very crunchy in regards of its design, in regards of like, oh hey, like when you go to create towns, you roll up the markets and you do this and you do that. And the Kickstarter for their second version of the game, I guess second edition, whatever they want to call it, that just sold $121,000. That's pretty respectable in my book. I certainly think that there's a market. You just need to deliver the product well. You need to sell it. And of course, there is going to be some themes, certain tones. True, but most people are following the direction of New 5e. Yeah. What I'll say to that is, if you follow the herd, you don't stand out. Right? And because, like, for example, being is this axe system. So, like, this axe system just sold $121,000. Or made $120,000, right? I could look up D&D. I'm looking that up right now, the D&D on Kickstarter here. And I promise you that, yeah, there's going to be some products that sell well, if not better. But the majority of products are not going to sell as well. And that's because they're in a sea. And when you try to do the same thing as, one, the people that are successful, and two, the same thing that everyone else is doing, it's kind of hard to stand out. And, it's just a matter of, like, you can play it safe, and that's fine and dandy, but you don't need to. You really don't. There is absolutely a market out there. You just need to sell it properly. And I think the problem there is, so like for example, 5e is the biggest dog, for sure. Like, I think the biggest problem though is there are people that want to make let's say like a grungy, hardcore, dark survival horror system, or whatever product, right? I think the same people that make those products typically have a hard time trying to entice people into getting to that product in the first place. I think there's typically a lot of overlap in regards of people that like a certain niche are also really bad at explaining how that niche is good. Like, overall, TTRPGs themselves are already niche. The majority of people do not play TTRPGs around the world. So getting people into that niche already is one thing. But then trying to get them further into a specific portion of that niche is a whole nother delve. It's like that friend that tries to get you to watch that show. And they're like, oh man, this show is so good. And then you're like, yeah, why is it good? And then they're like, oh, it's just, oh, you just got to watch it. It's like, it's cool that you like it, but if I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, am I going to really watch it? Like, I back the new Grim Hollow. They have a Grim setting, but still follow the terminology changes. Don't get me wrong, I like the Grim part. Grim Hollow, I believe that was the Grim Hollow. Was that the one by Ghostfire Games? Yes, it was. How did they do? They did all right. They did Their latest one, I don't know if this is the latest one. Hold on, they got a bunch. They have 8 created here, so let me take a look. Is there like a most recent or something? Yeah, so I'm looking at like the Grim Hollow, the campaign guide for 5th edition. That that sold 284,000 Aussie, which I actually do not know the conversion rate for Aussie to US here. AUS to USD. So one American or so one Aussie is 63 cents. So let's plug in that number here. So I think overall that's like close to 200,000. No, less than 200,000. So they made $177,000, right? So right there, that's already telling me they did good. Obviously, they did good, but there's should be white cover set. Ghostfire Games. They have 8 created white cover set. Transformed? Is that the one I'm supposed to be looking at? Whoa! Okay. NVM LOL. Okay, yeah. I'm looking at their this one here. Mamma mia. Okay, that's 935. That is a lot. Wowzers. $935,000. Okay. So yeah, they're doing all right for themselves. They're sitting pretty. They probably have chairs. They're richer than me. They probably have chairs. But ultimately, like, I'm actually curious about that. How many fingers are in this pie? How many people work at Ghostfire Games? I'm genuinely curious here. That would be the important part, because if you make $1 million, but if you got 1 million employees, you know what I'm saying? I am genuinely curious. Team, click here to meet the Ghostfire team. Let's take a look. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's hard to say. But, still, they did good. Overall, I'm willing to bet you that, once again, Grim Hollow probably did what, once again, a very few people that are trying to push a more like, traditional or old school or whatever form, they probably just marketed well. And you can make literally the best product ever and not have a marketing budget or team or strategy, and you will get nothing. You could have an incredibly terrible product, but you could have a huge and great marketing scheme, and you could sell well. I'm willing to bet Grim Hollow probably is both a decent product and had decent budgeting. I'm willing to bet that's the case. Alrighty, so Origins. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Alrighty. Core elements of fate. Let's take a look here. Shift 1, correct? Yeah, I don't need a space underneath it, I don't think. Although I do probably need to bolden these here. That's probably what I need to do. 80% of the budget should be marketing if you want a successful product, which is ridiculous, by the way. It is. Ultimately, what that's telling me is if you're poor, you don't deserve to have a product sell. That's ultimately what that's telling me. If you are poor, you do not deserve to have a product sell. Because, my God, is... Because when I go to market my product, I'm going to have a tough time trying to sell it. Starting point, completing major store, performing bold. Get good, poor people. Yeah, I mean, that's the secret to all of life is get good, poor people. Gonna have to have your girlfriend appear in some thumbnails. That's the trick, ain't it? That's the trick. Ultimately, my marketing strategy is going to come down to the following. One, I'm going to press gang every single person I know into trying to expout the product. I'm going to have to make videos on it. And I'm going to have to just do whatever I can. It's going to be... Oh, dang it. No! Oh, skip. What are you doing? I need to do that. And boom, boom. Fate abilities. Alrighty. Do you plan on putting something in the front of the book explaining origin is like race and this is like that? Or do you plan on just show character creation examples? Yeah, there's already a character creation example. But in regards of like, you know, or like origin is race, like it's just gonna be like like I'm gonna say like origin is your species or whatever, because you know it's like there's you could either be like a human or you could be like an animal or whatever. You know, much different things there. I'm one session away from finishing Wild Beyond the Witchlight. You helped me a bunch with early prep, so thank you, man. No problem, C-Dot. I'm happy to hear. I had a blast with Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I'm so enamored with fairy tale stuff that I'm making a whole system based off it. And Wild Beyond the Witchlight scratches that itch. I'm happy to hear that went well for you. Let's make that bold. And let's get down to that. I should probably just move the... probably just have the new fate list somewhere else. I need to have a... I need to have a different thing here. So I'll probably just make this like fancier. I'll make this... boom, fate list and make it bigger. Wait, do you have Rabbit Folk? Oh my god, do I not? I probably don't. I probably don't. Like I said, this is not I have not fully written it out. Like I have probably written out a solid like either like 60 to 70% of the system. So it is ready to run. Like, but so right now what I'm doing is I'm getting this in PDF form so that I can start running it for players and I can get that feedback. And obviously getting it shown out there is great feedback because I definitely don't have Rabbit Folk off the top of my head. Which I think is a good call there. I am going to make the unanimous decision here that between Rabbit and Bunny and Hare, I'm going to probably go with Hare Folk for this one. Probably going to go with Hare. I think that's probably the go-to one. EGH. So, yeah, let me... good call on that one, Professor Pone. I've got a Hare Folk to write. I'll write it in for now. I won't fully will do it just yet. Hare Folk. And then... Gosh darn it. I'm already here. I might as well freaking do it. Core ability bonus trait alignment and lore. Hare Folk are not going to get an HP bonus. They're too weak. And also, that does not look like Seraph, which is what I want. They are going to get a +1 to finesse. Their trait is going to be something involving running. I just had a bunch of Mice Folk and Bear Folk and a new Fish Folk STL files for my son's campaign. Heck yeah. Sounds like you're running a Redguard campaign. Need to make the true hero. I want to play a Hedgehog Folk. I have dreams from my Sega Genesis days. Oh my gosh, that's another great one. I gotta write that down too. Freaking... I don't want to say hedgehog though. Let me take a look. So there's hedgehogs, there's porcupines. Hedgehog. Synonym? Like, would there be even synonyms for hedgehog? I looked up synonym for hedgehog. I'm getting hedge pig, cavalry clover, fuzz pig, and hedgy boar. Prickly pig. That's pretty great. I'm gonna go with hedge folk for them. Lore is there always follows the true prince, and all of that is good. Also, funnily enough, hedge folk would actually fit right here as well. Perfect. Hedge folk. Gosh darn it. All right, well, this is throwing my my 30 origins out the window here, but I'll adjust that for later. We'll worry about that later. We're working in them now, baby. So that's 12 points. Let's go there. Damn it, 12. Then let's go there. Alrighty, hedge folk are gonna get a +1 to strength. I think that's fitting. Alrighty. Also, there's a terrible gap here now. All hail Agnon Longscarf. Alrighty, the Hairfolk trick is going to be once a day may double their speed for 1 turn. Simple. The alignment is going to be... I'm going to say it's going to be a plus or minus 1, their choice. Because I've seen Watership Down. I know that rabbits are not all peaceful. I've seen Watership Down. I know what's up. Let me pick that one. Might as well just copy this whole thing there. Let me get that and get that. And the lore. What is the lore of maybe +1 armor and ball form? So actually, that's actually okay. So that's a very good point. So in my system, how AC works is as follows. All armor provides a DR, a damage reduction. Mind you, the DR isn't big. It's not big at all. It's if you're wearing light armor, you get a damage reduction of 1. If you're wearing medium armor, it's a damage reduction of 2, and a heavy armor is a damage reduction of 3. So it's not the greatest like we're not working with big numbers in the system. Okay, if I hit you for 6 damage, you're wearing heavy armor, you take 3 damage. Simple as that, right? That's actually not a bad idea for the hedge folk to maybe give them either a +1 to AC or give them a flat +1 DR. That might actually be very interesting. So let me just jot that down. +1 to DR. I'll just put that for now. I'm going to say hedge folk are going to be natively on the wily side, so I'm going to give them, they have a -1 to alignment natively. I have dubbed it so. So shall it be written, so shall it be done. Herodon short scarf to avoid any copyright issues. Oh god. I know that there's a clause where if you have something that basically if it doesn't have to be 100% like the same thing, but if you have something that could be misconstrued for being the thing that you're copying, it's still considered copying. Like a per example being is like per example being the drinks in the supermarket. Like I know that there was a huge thing about we've got the classics, we've got the Dr. Pepper, we got Coca-Cola, we got Pepsi, whatever, right? But then when you go to sell the things like the not the Shastas, but the oh my god, I'm like the Dr. I'm blanking on those off-brand names, but like the off-brand names for some of those things, like Dr. Shasta, for example. Like if you have something that says Doctor and it's in a red can, and the red is exactly like the other one, then you can get in trouble. But then like the Dr. Shasta, they have to literally like skirt just how close they can be to that color without getting sued. So it maybe, I gotta be careful with that. Hair folk, what do I say for them? Wiry and whimsical. Hair folk who never seem to stay still or in one place for too long. I'd like to have 2 sentences with all these. They surprise many with their tenacity. Alrighty, hedge folk. Let's go with ardent defenders of their domain. Hedge folk. Ardent defenders of their domain, hedge folk. Inspire others with their stout stalwartness. I'm going to say they let others know when they are perturbed. Oh God, I gotta friggin' look up what is perturbed. How do you spell perturbed these days? Perturbed. Perturbed. There we go. Boom. Alrighty. Thanks for that. You ruined my whole mechanism there, but I guess we'll have to work with that later on. Like I said, I am trying to get this out for playtest, and then I'll worry about all that stuff later on. Alrighty. Let me just go through all these quickly, and then I'll start figuring all that out. Alrighty, so now we're on to the fate. Your character's fate. So upon character creation, you choose a fate. And that fate is kind of a way to kind of dictate, hey, what does my character really get up to? So upon character creation, you choose one of these fates, and then you immediately roll fate points. You have 1d4 plus will modifier fate points. And these fate points are a finite resource for your character. They do not come back every day. They don't come back in a week or a month. They only come back once you do something that is tied to your fate. These fates give you special powers. Not special powers, I guess, but they let you do like an ability. Like they let you succeed on a saving throw. They let you interpose the damage meant for an ally. They let you gain a small retinue of people, etc., etc. And these points, the whole point of your character is you start off with this thing, and you have a finite number of these points, and the only way you get those points back is by playing up to your character. And I think it's really important that you reward players in the way you want them to play. If you want to run a game where your players kill monsters, then you make killing monsters the XP. They get rewarded for killing monsters. If you want to run a game where the game is all about roleplay, then you need to have all of the incentives tied to that roleplay. You can't have a game where you want roleplay, but then all of the XP is tied to killing monsters, because your players are going to do how they are rewarded. And this is a supplement of that. If you want your players to play up to their character in regards of following a certain narrative that the character is trying to follow, then you reward them by giving them mechanical inputs and also a finite resource tied to it. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me go over here. Nope, that one. Boom. I'm just tagging all of them right now, and then I'll go and pretty them all up individually. Gonna be a super pain, but is what it is. Alrighty. Man, I'm getting some work done, let me tell you. How many pages am I even on? Oh my lord, I have already 30 pages dedicated to this project here. Woo-wee! Man, I'm trying to speculate here how many pages this thing's gonna be now at this point. Because because the classes are going to be a bulk, all the spells are going to be a bulk. Mind you, there's not too many spellcasters in the system. Of all the classes that I have, I've only got a couple of them are true dedicated spellcasters, because I want this game to be less all about magic spellcasters. Because I fear that a lot of systems are always about, oh hey, fighter, you're good to go. But, oh, hey, magic user. Oh, hey, magic user, you're special. You get a whole bunch of features, and you get a whole bunch of spells, and half of the magic items are tied just for you. You know, unfortunately, magic casters get a lot of love, and they get a little bit too much love. So I'm trying to remedy that. Alrighty. Frickin' golly gee willikers. Let's dive into this. Boom. How do I differentiate that? I don't know how I... Well, actually, this is also an incomplete portion of my project here, because I originally had these written out for if you're just purely good or purely like evil. But I need every mechanic tied to all of the alignments, because I don't want to shoehorn people into playing one alignment or the other. I want people to have the widespread option of playing whatever alignment they desire. Whether that be because of character-wise or for mechanics-wise. So I need to actually go through these and tie a feature to all 5 of the alignments. So this is an incomplete portion of the game, but that's fine. Is what it is. I'm not too perturbed. So I'm going to leave that for now. Which means I've already done a bunch of the pre-prep work here. I'm going to have a table of contents. And mind you, something I do plan on is, like with my PDF, is it is going to be hyperlinked to death. You're going to be able to bounce forward, back forward with the PDF, because I know for a fact if I get a PDF and it's not hyperlinked, I kind of go insane. Alrighty. So we got the stats, what they mean. We've got alignment, what it means. Origins, backgrounds, fate. Moon sign. Now on to moon sign. Okay. Let's take a look at moon sign, shall we? Yeah, the alignment's gonna take up way more space. Okay, so if the alignment right now is as follows, it takes up. The alignment's always taking up 6 spaces with 2. So it's 3 per. So with 5, with an additional plus 3. No, that'd be plus. Yeah, no. That'd be a plus 6. No. Plus 9. 9 times 20 spaces, and yeah, it's gonna take up a lot more space. I gotta leave that whole extra page there. Alrighty, now on to moon signs. So when your character is born, they get they have a birthday. Your character does in fact have a birthday. Happy birthday, character! Character, it's your birthday. Alrighty. Damn it. When you were born, something special manifested. So this one hopefully isn't going to be a terribly long endeavor. Actually, it is going to be a long endeavor now I'm thinking about it, because I have to put this in a table. And table making is kind of a pain because you can't copy and paste into a table. Or you can't like copy from a Word document and then paste it into a table, unfortunately. So it's going to be kind of a pain here. Let's see how that goes, shall we? How many spaces do I need for my thing here? My moon sign. I need a lot. Jeez Louise. Off the top of my head, it looks like too many to count. That's 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 times 12 plus 2. What is 3 times 12 plus 2, chat? 3 times 12 is 36, plus 2 is 38. Oh, no, I need more than that. I need No, I don't need more than that. No, it'll just be 32. No, 38. Alrighty, let me insert a table then. Table. Table. Insert table. It needs to be how many rows? Or no, it'll be 38 rows. But how many columns do I need? It is currently the number, the moon phase, and then the effect. And then do I need anything else? I think it'll just be 3 then. Looks like it'll just be 3. Perfect. Boop. However, 1, this looks ugly as sin. And And need to play around at the table some. First off, it always defaults to... I need to figure out how to set a default that I like. I need to figure out how to do that. So I did that. Now on to table options, table setup. Question mark. Column fills. I definitely need a fill. Every other row needs to be like that. I don't want the table to be visible, or the columns to be visible. Table border, none. And then I put one header. Alrighty. Oh, and I need to frickin' set it to middle here as well. Wait a second. I don't want that line either. Get out of here, line. Table options. Table border. Row, column, strokes. There is a column stroke. How the frick do I get rid of it if I don't see the option? Table setup, weight, tint, row strokes none, column strokes none. So if it says there's no strokes, then why is there a stroke right there? Am I on crazy pills right now? Table. It says there's none here. So like if I add that, so if I add it, can I like add it and then remove it? Table options, table setup. I'm learning. Column. So if I set it to alternating custom, and then I set the weight to none. But then I get a small thin line. I don't want any line. Don't give me a line. Is it in here? Table dimensions, cell insert, insets. Cell divisions, add, delete, table options. Sort of cell options. Stroke and fills. Rows and columns. Man, I am lost in the sauce on this one. Maybe I have to delete it and then start anew here. What is going on? I just want a table that doesn't have lines on it. That's too much to ask for. Also, what the heck? Oh, that's not the text box. Wait, why the frick am I moving this? Go to the back. Range, send to back. Boom. Range, send backward. Did I lose the text box? I think I did. Crapola. Oh well. Is that a text? I can't tell if this is a text box or not. I'm so confizzled. Alrighty. Table. Create table. 38, 3. Okay. No. Okay. I'm losing my frickin' mind here, man. Range, send to, or try, is it trying, no, range, send it back. Send backward. Okay, that is. Alrighty. I think I can finally do it. I think I can make a table. I can make a table. Ready. Insert or create table. And why are my tables getting all jacked up now? I can't even move this one. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Alrighty. I'm taking crazy pills, apparently. Alrighty. Now, with this, I want to ride my bicycle. Alrighty, so for this one, I want the following. Table border. Nothing. Type. None. Oh, that's probably what it was. I probably just didn't type the none one. Oh my gosh, I feel so silly. Okay, so for this, I want it to be like that, and I need one header. Actually, I don't need a header. What am I doing? Alrighty, it still gave me the lines. Gosh darn it, get rid of these lines. I'm going to have to take a class on how to get rid of these lines. Scrap it all, let's start over. This is outrageous. I genuinely don't know how to get rid of these lines. Which is stupid because I've done it before. I've done it before in this very product. At least I think I did. Let me double check here, because I'm pretty sure. No, I didn't. No, I did. Okay, so I did. Okay, I just didn't do the overprint preview. Frickin' golly gee willikers, Batman. Oh, but alrighty. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because this is absolutely nonsensical to me. Okay. First off, I need to study this. So let me just take a look here at the other table and figure out why this one works and the other one doesn't. Let me see if there's any special sauce here. Table setup. Body weight. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything for the border, the header, the anything here. Row strokes is none. Column strokes is none. Fill's the same. Okay. And then let me take a look at cell options here. Cell stroke, 1 point type none. Row height. Okay. If I cannot figure this out right here, right now, I'm just gonna copy and paste the other one and then expand upon that one. Why does this one need to have the lines there? Okay, column, footer, type none. 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 Every other row. Oh, Lordy have mercy, I found it. Oh, sweet heavens. That's so good. Okay. I figured it out. It's all me. All on me. I finally figured it out. And now that I know, I'll never forget ever. Except for when I totally do forget about it. Alrighty, so for this one, I need to do that and make it boom. Alrighty. And this is where the annoying point comes in, because unfortunately there's just really no way better to do it than just do the numbers down the line and then the symbol down the line and then the effect down the line. This is gonna suck, but it's what I got. Is this okay? I feel like I need to change these words. Maybe I need to make them bold at least. They look a bit funny. Alrighty, going down the line. Do I want all these to be bold? I might want all these to be bold. Yeah, I think I want all these to be bold. Oh Lord, I don't want that one. I want this one. There we go. Alrighty. So let's go down the line here. It's 7. Uh-oh. Why can't I click on my... No, let me... Get out of here. Scram. Get out of here. Following the numbers, right? 19 through 21. '23 to '25. No, Gosh darn it. I wish I had 2 monitors for this. Ugh, such a pain. 22 to 20. What? Did I do a typo somewhere? 19 through 21. 22 through 24. Oh, I see. 23 to 24. That's... Gosh darn it. 26 through 28, 29 through 31, right? Yep, 29 through 31, meaning we got 32, and the list continues. 33 through 35, 36 through 38, meaning 39 is the magic number? Yes, it is. 40 through 42. Uh, 43 through 45, 46. Huh. This is not all going to fit on this one page, is it? I might have to move this table over to the other side. How annoying. '50 through 52. 53. 54 through 56. 57 through 59. 70. 21 through 73. 74 through 76, meaning that we get 77. Lucky number 77. Nope, I totally messed up somewhere. Crapola. Oh, I missed the 60s. I entirely skipped the 60s somehow. That is baffling to me. So that'd be 61, 60. Gosh darn it. Man, this takes up a lot of space. I didn't think it'd take up this much space. '68 through 70. Yep, gotta freaking move this table on over. Unless I want to have it be smaller font. I'll see if it can fit onto a page. If not, then I'll just do smaller font. Oh, it's not going to fit onto a page. There's no way. 71 through 73. 74. Yeah, I might have to just scale down the numbers here. How annoying. That does not do it. $74, 75 through 70. 5, 6, 7. 78 through 80. Yikes. Is this going to be a 2-pager? Might have to be. I think I'm just going to scale it back up and then make it 2 pages. I think that's going to have to be the play there. Okay. Then I guess let's move it on back here. This did not end up being as many. Crap. Cell inserts. Top. I think I need 7 more. Below. Oh, what? It doesn't freaking come in like it's supposed to. What the? Gosh darn it. Gotta go in. Just this. In the cell options, it was. None. '85 through 87. 88. 89 through 91. 92 through 94. 94. 95. 96 through 98. 99 and 100. Okay. Finally, this table done. This table is a super duper pain. There's just no way to my knowledge, there's no program where you can just copy and paste something and it just magically flies into a table there. So screw me. That's what she said. Yeah, you're telling me. Alrighty. Next up. All the damn moon signs. Also, I might as well just add this now. All the text. Where is that? Got more written on it. Where did I put it? Where did you go? My sweet little ocelot. Where have you gone? Ah! I've got more on that, but I'll just put that there for now. Alrighty. Let's start a rolling. Rocking and a rolling, wheeling and a dealing. Alrighty, so it goes as follows. It goes waxing. What is going on? Waxing. Full. And then waning. Is there a way I can copy this? Nope. Screw me. No good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know any good way to go about it other than just brute force it like this. Just leave 2 spaces in between. Alrighty, that's waxing. Full on the single numbers. Directly below waxing. And then waning. But 99 and 100 are special because that is one of them's the eclipse and the other one's something else. One is dark and one is crown. You are dark and you are crown. Should I bolden those? Should I? Kermit the Frog here. Actually, now I'm looking at this, I'm gonna extend this out even further, and I'm gonna add the months to see so you can see what month you're born in. I'm gonna do that. That is the plan. So I'll need another 12. I'll put them below. So no, I'll put them above. I'll put up, yeah, like you can see the month and then you roll in that month. So Please, for the love of God, tell me I can add to this thing directly below it. If not, I'm going to cry. Add row below. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, alrighty. This was good stuff for me. I definitely got should I? Trying to think of the best way to format this, cause first though I need to freaking move this down. Trying to think of the best way to format this because I want to showcase off that it's both like the spring and the summers and all that, but then also I need to also express the individual month. So maybe I'll move the spring month here in traits, but then the moon itself will be the month. I need to figure out the best way to do that. Can I individually move a row? I could if I could friggin' see the bar. Gosh darn it. I've been complaining this whole time about these stupid bars and now I want it. Cell options. I don't want to move all of them. Can I just move one of them? Is that allowed? It looked like it was. Nope, certainly not that way. What about... is that moving all of them? Let me just double check here. No. I'll need to investigate that later as well. Alrighty. So what to do? Which means I need a new one below here. Is there a macro? There's got to be a macro for this, right? Control 9. Dreamtide. Put a control 9. Control 9. summer months gives us Wild Moon. Ooh. Shadowlight, Summer's Heart. Nope. Man, that's taking up a lot of space. A lot more space than I realized. It's okay, though. We got space. We got space. Okay, let's get under you. Control 9. Oh, I've been totally ignoring chat. To answer fast before your cat turns off the PC. Now that 2 kids turn it off, unfortunately, my old cat passed away. I'm so sorry to hear, Loriander. Had to tape on the piece of thin wood to block the button from being pushed down. How are you? I'm pretty lost in this tablet. I've been lost in the sauce. It is so writing this stuff is like relatively easy, but then putting it in a PDF is monotonous. Let me tell you. I'm all good. Sorry to hear about the old cat. Yeah, making the snooze part of his game. So the problem is like making TTRPGs sucks. Playing them is the fun part. I want to get to the playing part as soon as possible. It's just a matter of this takes forever. But this is all part of making a fun character. Is when you roll up a character, boom, you roll up for your birthday, right? Like I think rolling for your birthday is really fun. I think it's evocative. I think it helps you cement into the world. Oh hey, I was born during this time. Da da da. So and so. I don't want to have. I don't want to have this thing take up frickin' more space than it already is. So I guess I'll do that. Control 9. Below. And then that means the summer months are concluded, which means we move on to the autumn months. And the first month is Golden Tide. Autumn's done. I feel like I gotta just push it up to the next freaking page. I feel like I got to. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like 60 to 70% done with this TTRPG. The real thing is it's a lot of rough drafts. It's a lot of just filling in the blanks, but the core system itself is there. I just need to sit down and run through the process of making the PDF to make it actually readable. Because right now it's all currently in a huge, many thousand word page document here. I've got over 100,000 words for this document. It's a lot. A lot of words. Which, as a reminder, it's typically the case of 500 words is a page. Like, it's not always necessarily the exact quote, but it's like a rough estimate. Control 9, below. Mist Moon, Autumn's Heart. And one more autumn month. It is Frost Kiss, Autumn's Twilight. Boom, boom. Ugh. Man, this is going to take it the whole damn page. Gosh darn. I just got to freaking buckle up. Oh my god. Actually, it might take more. Ugh. I might have to shorten this stuff down a little. Goodness gracious. You settle that with a D10 roll. This is a D100 roll. So, so basically, on like when you roll up your character, you simply just roll D100, and boom, you that's your birthday. I haven't gotten them down yet, but each birthday comes with its own like unique traits tied to your relevant birth date. But I'll be getting to that momentarily. I'm so close to being done with this numbering of the months. Worst part is this might not even be final. I might end up like might end up doing something else here in regards of like showcasing off the months. Control 9. Bright Moon, Winter's Heart. No. There we go. Control 9. Next up is Snowveil, Winter's Twilight. And now, oh my, no. Keep messing that up. Wait a second. Did I mess up? Oh, Lord, did I mess up? Oh, Lord. Snowveil is at 78. Snowveil is at 78. No, I didn't. I did not mess up. Oh no! I ultimately like I'm not gonna let this spill onto 3 pages. I need to have this on a 2-page spread, so I am gonna have to freaking shorten this down a little. Gosh darn it! How's my Are you you're gonna fall? You're gonna fail your investors. Need to put it and have the community hate you in incomplete game. Yeah. Are you still mainly focused on D&D system? How's your cat? So one, I'm not fully focused on 5e. I am focused on all TTRPGs, like not every single one of them, of course, but you know, ultimately, 5e provides the vehicle to drive a certain narrative, story, theme, tone, feel, and setting. But I don't always want to play into that certain tone, feel, theme, and setting, and so on. Like there's times where I want to play old school games, there's times when I want to play new school games, and this one is bridging the gap between old school and new school. It's this one is definitely like, it's not 5e by any means, but it's definitely not. It's not first edition D&D either. I'll tell you what, it's not third edition either. I'm not trying to like be super duper hardcore third edition either. It's a bridge between first and fifth edition. And how's my cat? My cat is alive. Last time I checked, and I checked in on her a little while ago. So hopefully she still keeps on trucking along like that. Oh. I brought it down to 11-point font, and it still looks like quite a lot. This freaking Autumn's Twilight for some reason is just taking up 3. I've got 2 that are taking up 3 lines. I really don't like that. Ugh. If this doesn't change as I go through here, might have to change that. Control 9. And boom. And eclipse marked. Oh yeah, I got to do something about these 2 that are eating up 3 lines, because that's ruining it for me. That's the one that's ruining it for me. Gosh darn it. There we go. Alrighty. I just need to reel those 2 back, and it should be fine. She's still a kitten? So we suspect that she was a month old when we got her, which was on November 6th. So she would be at this point 8 months to December. And then, so she's close to 3 months. So I assume she's still a kitten by that prerogative if she's only like 3 months old. She's going to be 3 months old in a couple of weeks. Mine are 7 months and 1 week. Heck yeah. Are they both strays or parents, or like what's the family situation with those cats? She's a kitten until 1 year. Then she is a hardcore kitten then. Alrighty, now I can start getting to the fun bits, showing off all these mechanics here. Ooh, man, this might... Oh no, the text is gonna be too big. No. I'm gonna have to bring it down another size. Gosh darn it. Everything gets reduced down in size, ladies and gentlemen. You are going from now size 11 down to a size 10. Including you. I know I missed you. You sly son of a bitch. There we go. Oh, man. I can already tell I'm going to have to make it shrink even more. Oh, man. This is definitely a work in progress. I might end up having to just remove all of the columns that involve the months. That's probably what's going to end up happening. Because I definitely want this to only be a 2-page spread at the most. Alrighty. They are from adoption home. Know very little about them, but they are from a litter of 4. 1 month kitten about her mom is not good. I hope she gets taught the basic stuff of being a cat. Yeah, so I inherited a cat, and then literally everyone is telling me, "Oh, never get cats by ones. You need to get cats in twos because when you get cats in twos, they teach each other not to bite and scratch, and they teach each other and da 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 this and that." And my family is not equipped to have 2 cats at a time. Instead, we got one butthole cat, and she definitely gets feisty every once in a while. I don't know if it comes up on the camera here, but I definitely have a whole bunch of claws and scrapes and bites. She has definitely drawn a lot of blood from me. But she is a very, very affectionate person. Not person, cat. She is not a person. She is a cat. She needs to be by people. She is like of the 24 hours in a day, she is probably alone at most an hour. She is always by people. She sleeps next to people. She demands cuddles from people. She's very, very personable cat. Alrighty, so now I'm getting these birth signs in here, showing off some of the things. If you on that D100 you roll 4 once per day, you can make flowers bloom in your footsteps for 1 hour. But if you roll a 19 through 21, you get +1 to detecting hidden doors or secret passages. Boom, stuff like that. Alrighty. Uh, I don't think it's necessary to get 2, but normally you don't remove a kitten from her mom before the age of 3 months, so mom can teach her the important stuff like grooming, cleaning yourself, and so on. So in my case, I didn't have a choice because my kitten was in the backyard by herself. She was mewing and hollering, and no mom came to pick her up. And the worst part is about that day is we had 20-mile-an-hour winds. Uh, I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what. Let's take a look here. MPH to kilometer. So we had 32-kilometer-an-hour winds, and in my cat, before she was my cat, she was absolutely terrified. The wind is blowing her all around. She was stuck in a little hidey hole, and it's obvious that she couldn't have got there by herself. She could not climb at that point, so she must have been dropped off or abandoned or something. I live in coyote country, so if we had left her there, if we had left her there, she would have gotten eaten by some coyotes. Some coyotes would have gotten some good eating. So we brought her in, and we never saw mom. So that's that. Alrighty, continuing on. Alrighty, so far we're not spilling over into needing to shorten the make this text any smaller, but we'll see. Oh, and speaking of, it's actually going to be your feeding time in a few minutes here. We just got done with what do you call it? We were feeding her soft food, and but now we're transitioning to her hard food, and she seems to be taking it quite well. I had no problem giving her wet food, but a certain individual I know was very much so against wet food, so got to get her on the physical stuff. I think we finally hit the sweet spot here. I think we're coming in and we'll be good to go. Full once per day. Create a small area of pristine snow. Oh, so close, so close. Nope. Perfect. Alrighty. Alrighty, so with that, I have almost everything you need to make a character throughout our system here. we've got rolling for stats. We have what stats mean. Got to add a thing or two more left. We've got tracking alignment. We got what alignment means. We've got origin, what your species is. We got your background, where your character was before. Although I'm going to adjust on a lot of that. I do not have the class yet. I do have fate. I'm going to be adjusting that. Moon sign, and then equipment, and then I'll be ready to start running some games here. So I'm just working on the short, quick, and dirty of it. How many pages have I used of this thing so far? I've used up 33 pages so far. Okay. I can tell this is going to be quite a doozy. This is going to be a lot. But hey, that's what I signed up for. Made some excellent progress with this. Considering this is a solo, no class, GG. Oh, don't worry. I got the classes coming. Don't worry. I've got them coming. I've got a bunch of classes coming. And something important about the classes is the classes have no subclass. However, each class is wholly distinct. And each class, while there is no subclasses, you get unique features to your class depending on your alignment. So I'm not gonna do it this stream because I'm gonna be wrapping it up relatively soon here. But just to give you a little heads up here, let's take a look. First off, let me get the header for class. For class. Black. Let's go down to 20 points. And right there is what's a cute saying I can say for class here? Our split, 1 wet food pack a day, rest is dry food. Yeah, thankfully my cat, I've observed her drinking water, so we trust that she's not going to dehydrate herself to death just yet. And also I put a little water on the dry food anyway, so is what it is. What's a cute little thing I can say underneath class? What's a cute thing I can say about class? Let's say the path you chose led to the powers you possess. Alrighty. So in total, I'm debating on something here. So I don't know. Should I bother having a preamble? I'll show you here. Should I have a class description, like a brief class description, and then show all the classes? or should I just show all of the classes? I'm actually going to take a look at like D&D, for example. Does D&D have like a, oh hey, here's a preamble of all the classes? Because I might have like a preamble showing like, oh hey, if you want to play this kind of playstyle, just look at this class. Or should I just have all the classes anyway? I'm gonna have to think about that. For grooming, you can wet your finger and stroke her in a spot mommy cat would lick. For cleaning herself, you can have a tiny atomizer with water after she done her thing and spray it tiny. We took her to the vet and she seems perfectly clean. They didn't say anything negative about it, so I imagine she is grooming herself just fine. I see her licking herself all the time too. Mount her in behind, and it will sometimes make the cat lick herself to clean too. I'll have to remember that because I haven't observed her doing any. Well, first off, she never gets dirty. She doesn't roll around in dirt or anything. But I see her licking herself all the time. No hairballs yet. Yeah. So where was I? Okay, I want to. Does D&D have a preamble for the classes? Let's take a look. First off, for character creation in D&D, creating a character. Where's the creating a character? $32. Here we go. So the new player's handbook. We're talking about after the dump. Yeah. So the preamble for the new D&D is literally class overview. Barbarian, likes battle. Primary ability strength. Complexity average. Druid, likes nature. Primary ability wisdom. Complexity high. Rogue, likes stealth. Primary ability dexterity. Complexity low. So that's not much of a preamble there. Not much. Because, like, I'm not a player. And so I genuinely, I've played games. Oh, no. I have found that they have a preamble of sorts. Character class provides a character. Bard performs spells that inspire and heal allies or beguile foes. They join the College of Dance to harness agility in battle, glamour to weave beguiling Feywild magic. Okay. Like, do players actually read this stuff? Or do players just automatically come into the game knowing, oh, hey, I want to play a bard. Oh, I want to play a rogue. Like, does a single sentence or two affect their judgment on what class they should even bother reading? I genuinely don't know. I should probably ask the masses. Barbarian need peace and collect them 4 times a day. You see, I made the conjurer class. Yes, Pone, there is a conjurer class in this system. I will go over. Now that I'm kind of certain, I'm gonna keep this here. So we got a beast, a conjurer. I'm gonna probably keep these small. A disciple, an enchanter, an evoker, hunter, jester, knight. A lamplighter, a minstrel, occultist, priest, puppet master, red hood, rune carver, Also, I don't... hold on. Crap. These are not... are these... Yeah, I was about to say, these are not the font I was looking for here. I am looking for serif. There we go. Which does mean my font is a little bit bigger, but you know, I want text I can actually read from a book. A scoundrel, soldier, spirit caller, swashbuckler, tinkerer, warden, wildkin, and I think there's one more after that. Maybe there's not. We'll see. Oh, there's a few more. There's a few more actually. A witch, dreamweaver, and alchemist. Which also shows that I did not name coordinate these as well. So I'm going to have to switch some of these around. But my idea is the following. Is because this is a game with no subclass, you are the class. You get the abilities. But the thing is depending on your alignment changes the abilities like themselves. The masses, it's just me and Lorander. We're the most sensible masses. Whereas the Flasher, aka the Exposer. Oh god. Oh god. Alrighty. So let me move Alchemist all the way to the beginning. We need to move the Dreamweaver. Do we need to move anybody else? No, I think those were the only two I had out of place, I think. Let me just double check. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Got it. Alrighty, so the classes are as follows. I'm trying to ooze them with fairy tale flavor abound. So, per example, being the Red Hood. The Red Hood is, of course, a riff off of good old-fashioned Little Red Riding Hood. The Red Hood is a beast slayer. Like, they are... Like, if you compare the Red Hood to the... not the Ranger, but the Hunter... The Hunter is a outdoorsman survivalist, whereas the Red Hood is a like the Hunter is about like survival and range. The Red Hood is more about getting in close and dealing with monsters face to face. Standing console needs such a class. They do. They do. What else is there? The Beast is someone that is a partial changer. So during combat, they grow body limbs, and it's like, oh hey, like they grow a claw, they grow tail, they grow legs, or whatever. The Conjurer, of course, conjures things. The Knight compared to the Soldier would be a traditional fighter, whereas the Knight would be that chivalrous, epic, cool knight. The Swashbuckler would be more of a daring, bravado individual, versus the Scoundrel would be a typical thief. Of course, witches do witch things, priests do priest things, etc., etc. So I wanted to run a wide gambit of characters here. In total, how many classes is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I have 25 classes in total. and I think this is a good starting point for this system. If and when this system comes out, inevitably more will be added, and hopefully it catches on and people make content for it. That'd be totally dope. But this is what I got working so far. I'm liking it so far, and I think that should wrap up today. I did get a lot of work done on stream. In fact, I got a lot of work done. I'm now on to page 35 of things done. Still need to go back and do some things, of course, but playtest will begin soon. And then once I get the playtest in and make all my adjustments that need adjusting, because I know this isn't going to be perfect. But once I get the playtesting in, that's when I'll start doing a Kickstarter for this thing. Because I want to... GG no re? What's no re? What's RE? I don't even know. I don't even know what that means. Tell me, Pone. What does it mean? Are you still doing Frontier 2.0? Yes, I am. So in my Discord, we have done 50 sessions of my West Marches campaign. Been going pretty good so far. I haven't been able to run any sessions for a couple of weeks now. Not a couple of weeks. I ran a session, I think, last week. But I have ran 50 sessions in the span of a few months, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, this holiday season, I am being swamped. But come next year, I should be having a very, very open group. Is Boba still around? Boba came around a while ago. I haven't seen him in a hot minute though. He's too busy doing British things. Too busy doing British things, I suppose. Also, did I type possess right? Oh my gosh. No, it possesses 4 S's. Golly, that's a lot of S's. Alrighty. Well, that's going to do it for me. Once again, I got a lot of work done. Good stuff all around. By next time I'll have even more to show. And then I'll start playtesting this thing, in addition to my West Marches games, because I really want this, I want this thing to shine. And I want to see some good stuff come out of it. Wow, that actually worked out perfectly. Yeah, I want to see this thing shine. I want to get some playtesting done, and then I want to pump this out as a Kickstarter, because I want my creative voice to be heard. And I see a whole bunch of people doing Kickstarters, and I want to throw my hat into the ring. Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, doing all that fun stuff. And I can't wait to see you all in the next one. See ya!